Sound Booth Theater presents A Parade of Horribles, Dungeon Crawler Carl, Book 8. Written by Matt Dinniman. Narrated by Jeff Hayes.
When I was a boy, and I would see scary things in the news, my mother would say to me, "Look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping." Fred Rogers. Parade of Horribles. Plural. Parades of Horribles. Noun. 1. A parade featuring a progression of people wearing comic and grotesque costumes, commonly accompanied by floats and models representing monsters. 2. Law. Informal. Any rhetorical device presenting a series of terrible results that notionally might follow from an act, instead of confining the argument to the explicit terms of any applicable law. See also fearmongering, catastrophism. Definition from Wiktionary, Parade of Horribles. Samantha's Book 7 recap.
Bucket boy, come here.
Samantha called. The young crocodilian was sitting on the couch in their personal space, talking to that weird bald guy with the gross scar on his head. Samantha didn't like him much. Or maybe she did. Maybe she was in love with him? No, that wasn't right. Who was his mother? Something garbage truck? No, not him. That scar was gross, though.
What is it?
Bucket boy shouted back.
I'm a little dizzy. Why are you in Carl's room?
Why was she in Carl's room? Oh, yes, she remembered now.
I'm a redecorating, and if you know what's good for you, you'll come here this instant.
The crocodilian and the bald guy with no eyebrows, ew, approached. They stepped in, eyes wide.
Yeah, do you like it? It's not done yet.
Samantha said, feeling proud. A dozen sluggalos were in the far corner, struggling with the new wallpaper. To Bucket Boy, she said,
Come here. I need help installing the chandelier. The slug is too small. Carl is going to kill you. This is his room. He says nobody's allowed in. He never comes in here, so I've claimed it for my own. Honestly, I feel as if it's my right. I want it to be my cup.
She rolled over to the chandelier she had borrowed from the room next to Tish's room when she had done that thing she wasn't going to talk about because everyone would get mad.
This goes to the ceiling. Up now. Wait.
Bucket Boy said,
This isn't a chandelier. It's a swing. You said it could be a chandelier that lights up and rotates to the ceiling. I can't do it. I promised you motion I would catch the up on what happened to her passion words before you lost his memory.
Samantha neck-cootered the goblin drill onto the floor in front of the
Oh, don't worry. I know what happened. You, keep quiet.
She turned to
Yes, that was him. He was right outside the dungeon. He was a former crawler. His mother was probably long dead. She would never have a chance to trick Samantha into... You don't worry. Okay, I need to explain it.
Gibbons, very serious.
Samantha was suspicious people who were very serious. Baby Steve, slugger, said, slime up. Samantha liked Baby Steve if she got one or two all over her new carpet. Samantha borrowed a carpet for the Oracle's College of Magic. Sometimes Sam and Baby had girls on. Big was down like her first party. So Baby was there. She was there, and now she was gone. There was a rolling wave of relief. Wash. What could have got fuzzy? She was a child. Why did she always lose track of? Samantha said the baby man had scarred on. upset after a moment. Carl has some legal papers just like this. He got them in the ink drawer from his father's trailer. He pulled them out and left them on the table in my room where we sleep. But I don't think he's even read them. I believe he's too scared to look. But I read them. Do you know what they say? I don't care, Chandra said. All pre-collapse Earth rulings have been rendered invalid. Exactly. Invalid.
Chandra felt herself blink. What does that mean?
These are valid, enforceable legal documents. Did you know that every Nogger we have met so far has been a raging psycho?
For about 5 seconds, I thought maybe you'd be a nice one, but it appears I was incorrect. And that's really sad. The only nice one was Minossa, and she was a wormhead. I must say, you guys really are doing a terrible job of being ambassadors of your species. It's no wonder they all say those nasty things about your kind on the internet. What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with the Earth legal papers? I thought you didn't care what the Earth legal papers said. If you must know, it was a remarkably similar set of documents. Earth jargon is just as stupid and boring as your stuff. Carl's grandparents had set money aside for Carl, and the father was attempting to get access to it without Carl knowing. And there was a marriage certificate in there as well, though that one was for Carl's father and his new wife. There were also a few court documents for Carl's dad regarding several arrests. Nothing too important, especially now, but in the end, when you put them all together, they do something interesting. They paint a very distinct picture of who Carl's father was as a person, much the same way these papers paint a picture of who you are. Princess Chandra. What a sad little snake you are. I pity you. The words hit Chandra so hard she felt as if she'd been slapped. It took her a moment to recover. I am not little. I am not sad. I deserve this. She knew this creature had an acid tongue. She promised herself she wouldn't react. She needed to keep up her emotionless, matter-of-fact delivery. She had a plan. Chandra forgot all that as the red-hot anger overwhelmed her. She had lived her entire life in the shadow of the undeserving. She had worked for everything she ever had, and for this thing to call her sad, to call her small. How fucking dare she? Listen to me, you vile rodent. I don't care what you think. This is all going to happen no matter what you do or say. I'm showing you these papers because as your attorney, I'm required to show them to you. I only want you to live through this next floor because if you survive, it makes me money. After, I don't care. now in safe hands. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think they rendered all the Earth stuff invalid? What sort of question is that? Earth no longer exists. Bernard, who'd been sitting on the chair, suddenly jumped to the table. She stood on all fours right in the middle of the table atop the pile of papers, her body overlapping and combining with her folder. Chandra had to force herself not to shrink away. Honey, let me explain something to you. Whatever happens to me next, it doesn't matter anymore. You're not trying to just rob me and your husband, who, by the way, snores like a chainsaw. I hope that weird snakehead of yours can wear earplugs. I also hope you like biscuit sandwiches. No, sweetie, you're attempting to steal from the Princess Posse. And the Princess Posse is more than just myself and Carl. Didn't you see what just happened? You think you being out there, outside the dungeon, is protecting you? We are everywhere. Yes, Earth is destroyed. Yes, Paul's dad's legal documents mean nothing. What do you think is going to happen to your little marriage certificate and your money transfers when you are destroyed? Chandra laughed bitterly, trying to sound more confident than she suddenly felt. There is nothing you can do. And it's not stealing if it's done legally. So, as my lawyer, if I offered someone 50 million credits to stop you from doing this, by any means necessary, would that be legal? Of course not. Bernard looked up into the air. And to any reporters watching this, I want it known that I am not offering 50 million credits to anyone who finds this snake and turns her inside out on my behalf. And I'm most definitely not offering an additional 5 million to someone who takes that head of hers and turns it into a hat for me. Though if I was, I would be willing to cancel the order should she change her mind about attempting to steal from the Princess Posse. A strange, unexpected terror washed over her. Chandra Chandra suddenly had a blinking message from her towering associates on her own interface. Their fee was only 60,000 credits, plus expenses, for the job to find and eliminate Quasar. The message coming in at this very moment was a coincidence. It had to be. How could they possibly be watching this? Why would they have a media pass? But the new message rattled her. By gods, what's come over me? She clicked the message. Chandra, we have questions about the job. What are your coordinates? Terror came over her. I have to get out of here. This isn't what was supposed to happen. How could everything change so fast? Chandra gathered up the folders. Of course, they wanted to ask in person. All their meetings were in person. To gather the final folder, she'd have to reach through the creatures standing on the table. She'd never seen eyes like this. She'd never seen such intensity, not even in her uncle when he told her that he planned on taking the Sultanate for himself. She couldn't bring herself to reach through the illusion of the creature to grab the last folder. Princess Donuts took yet another step toward her, and it was everything she could do not to let out a yelp. Shame and fear overwhelmed her at the same time. Donut leaned in toward Chandra and let out a low growl, like she was going to pounce. The crawler whispered, "Since you're new to this, let me give you your first lesson on being a princess. Lesson 1. Don't put yourself in situations where you're so afraid that you miss yourself. It shows a lack of decor." Chandra, shaking, looked down. She hadn't soiled herself, yet she'd still looked. And for that, she was humiliated. I didn't.
Not yet.
Horrible 1. Control. Heat 1 of 7.
Chapter 1. Welcome, Crawler. Welcome to the 10th floor. Time to level class. Level timer has been temporarily suspended for this floor. Please wait for the announcement from that inebriated fish, if we can manage to wake her up for the details. Views, 933 September. Followers, 3.5 Winter. Favorites, 971 quadrillion. Leaderboard rank, 3. Ellie, 3
We tore over the checkered starting line, passing by what appeared to be a giant tumbleweed. The strange round bush just sat there, unmoving in the middle of the wide room. The prickly thing was tall, just as tall as our truck, and it was a round tangle of weeds and brambles. I did a double take. Sticking straight out the center of the entire mess was the head of a goddamned unicorn. A unicorn ripped straight from a little kid's Lisa Frank notebook. All I could see was the head, but it was a white horse with a rainbow-hued mane, which looked as if it had just been brushed. A horn that glittered like an opalescent seashell rose from the thing's head. The head was about the size of a regular horse, and it stuck out the top center of the tumbleweed as if it were wearing the brambles like a coat. I couldn't tell what the hell I was looking at. The unicorn's head appeared way too high for it to be standing on the ground. Some sort of pinkish, red, fuzzy rodent sat on the head of the unicorn, but I couldn't tell what it was in the dark. The unicorn started shouting something at us, but my window was rolled up and I couldn't hear. I only saw 6 opponents, I called, trying to look into the side mirror before realizing there were no side mirrors. Donut, how many did you count? We knew at least one was behind us, assuming the unicorn tumbleweed was an opponent. I can't see anything! She shouted. Ahead, the road was just a straight black highway with no markings. Despite the brightness of Donut's spell, I couldn't see anything on either side except for random, sickly-looking trees. There was an occasional glitter, implying there was water out there. I tried to look at my minimap, but I received an error. Your minimap is disabled while you're moving. The GPS did have a map, but it was just a mostly straight line with no other features. It says we're supposed to be in a cave, I said. I could clearly see stars out the windshield. The GPS didn't answer or react. I had the accelerator pressed all the way down, and we were moving about 70 miles per hour, which translated to about 112 kilometers per hour. The heavy truck didn't seem to want to accelerate past that. I couldn't see anyone in front of us at all. At this rate, we'd hit the finish line in just about 25 minutes if we didn't stop. Donut unleashed Mongo into the passenger's side and jumped to his back. The dinosaur screeched in fear at appearing in such closed quarters. He waved his wings, smacking me in the face, causing me to swerve.
Careful!
I shouted. Mongo's tail feathers reached all the way to the back of the long truck. He let out another fearful screech.
It's okay, Mongo. Mommy needs you as a seat so I can look outside for bad guys.
Mongo peeped again, but this time it had a different tone. I knew that tone.
Don't let Mongo puke on the dashboard!
Mongo puked on the dashboard. We hadn't had a break. We'd gone straight from the frantic chaos of the end of the 9th floor to our lawyers to this without a rest. I had dozens of boxes to open, achievements to go over, a fan box, an impossible god quest that was about to come to a head, friends to check on, war mages to worry about, an Agatha problem. Lucia Marr, who somehow had over 100,000 kids in her head. I didn't even know if she was still here. It was too much. For the moment,
Keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.